right, we're back in the camper. We're working on the camper. Thanks for joining me for this awesome freaking video. As you can see, we got light in here now. I'm currently living in this thing, making music right here, cooking right here, washing my hands right here. I'm not pooping right there. I set my bed up and sleep right here. As you can see, it's all torn apart right now because I'm starting the process of installing the solar. So yeah, I got this big old battery in here. My inverter and all that stuff is gonna mount up on the side for a board that I had already pre-cut. Just tied up some of these wires, tried cleaning some stuff up, and we'll get it there. Mounted the battery, screwed those little wood pieces down so it doesn't move around. Just got off work. I'm gonna load the camper into the truck and hopefully I have enough time to do it before it gets dark out. But yeah, I'm just clearing everything out of the way so I can back the truck up to it. I gotta raise that thing up in the air. I don't know if it was too cold or what last night, but I couldn't get this thing to pop all the way up or down. It's been cold out right now. Like 16 degrees out right now. Got a new phone as well. I got the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so I don't know if the content's cleaner, crispier, who knows? But yeah. It's already getting dark. What is this dog doing? That dang dog. Anyways, it's cold out. I'm jacking up the camper. I'll put it on time lapse. All right, I did it off camera because it was just too much, took way too long. Got the camper back on the truck. About to plug up my harness so I can get some tail lights and stuff going. Threw that in there, ran it up the inside the bed here. Plugs up right there. We got some lights now. I'm gonna finish tying down this. Back working on the Dodge. I'm gonna do some steering upgrades because my tie rod ends are absolutely shot. Switch to Heim joints. Got a couple hours to get this done, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll show you what we got going on. Shot, and then this side, shot, then up in the pitman arm, shot. And I just picked up this off Facebook Marketplace. DVK Fab is the brand. Yeah, it just replaces the stock. It's upgraded. You know, you see it's got Heim joints. Bro was missing one of the nuts, so I ran to the parts store, got a nut. Hopefully I have everything. Start disassembling the front end and get to it, and hopefully it goes smooth. I mean, I think it'll go smooth, so we'll see what happens. I'm just working on the truck and this dog, come here. Dog just pulls up out of nowhere. What are you doing? What are you doing? Pop that out. I pop this one out. Pop that guy out. Time to remove this. And there's the dog. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing sneaking up on me? Who does this dog think he is? Who does he think he is? All right, this is how shot the old tie rod ends were. Here's the other side. Not as bad. I mean, it's still terrible. And then we're gonna bolt up this now along with the other one, and we'll see how it goes. Well, I don't have all the hardware for this. I need 2 more nuts and 2 more washers, so I have to hit the hardware store tomorrow and resume. Gotta love Facebook Marketplace. All right, I'm back. It's the next day. I went to the hardware store. I got some nuts for the freaking linkages. I'm gonna take the OEM one off, throw the new one on, take the truck to get aligned, and then we'll see how long, we'll see what happens. You're just gonna throw it on time lapse, pull the old stuff out, and we're just gonna go from there. I got the old stuff out. Now I'm gonna drill out my knuckles and my pivot arm to 3/4. This battery's dead. The battery. I'm in the process of boring this one out. I already did the other knuckle. I still have the pitman arm to do, but you can see I'm about halfway through that right now. Once I get this one done, I'm gonna do the pitman arm. It's been kind of tough. It sucks, but I'm making do. Hopefully I didn't get the drill bit stuck. I think I got it stuck. That was really stuck. Maybe I pounded it out with the hammer, but that is a problem. That's a problem. All right, I tapped it out with the hammer, and I broke my step bit. I'm gonna chuck it back up in the drill, bore it out a little bit more, see if my bolt fits. Good to go. Side number 2 is done. I don't know if I'm gonna have to remove the pitman arm or what, but I gotta try to do that now. Now this thing sucked last time I tried to drill it out, so hopefully it doesn't give me too much, too hard, but we'll see what happens. This thing's giving me hell. So I'm gonna try it with the jack and see if I can put enough pressure going up. Bolt off, but you know, I need a pitman arm puller, so we'll just see what happens. I didn't finish filming that night, but I was able to drill the pitman arm out and then mount up all the new steering
But I was just coming in here real quick to just give you an update because it chops and I didn't finish filming.
Freaking really cold out, nighttime again, but I don't have any other time to work on the truck, so I'm just doing it right now. I mean, I've just accepted that I'm a tweaker. I'm just accepted I'm on tweaker mode, okay? And people think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself, but it's okay. I know I'm crazy. I got these spacers for the heim joints on the freaking front end of the truck. For the steering, it goes from tie rod to tie rod. I got one for one side and another pair for the other side. They go right there, and then all the way on that other side, right there. Boom. Pop this thing off, throw the spacers on, throw it back up and tighten it. Because look, it's supposed to have spacers like that. And then I can take this thing to go get aligned. Because yeah, I don't want this big old camper on the top of it and then have it be like freaking terrible to drive around, just wandering everywhere. But I got it on there right now, and she's good. She's good enough. We getting after it, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just logging the process of building this thing because it'll be cool to look back on it. I'll just build the channel up. All my new content's eventually going to go to the Tough Hustle YouTube account, but for the pregame for living out of the truck is going to be posted on my regular, my personal. What's going on? I'm gonna get to it. Look it, I walked into the garage. I don't even need to be in here. Get tools out of my truck, and then I can work on this stuff. Finally got this guy knocked on. I'm gonna put the other side on. Right there, boom. And then the nut. I'm gonna tighten that up, the other side up. Oh, let's check that off the list. So I actually took this thing to the alignment shop and they would not align it with the camper on it. So I took the camper back off so they can align it. I have an appointment tomorrow morning, which is also the same day my brother flies in. Then I'm still waiting for a part to come in so I can service my transmission, knock that off the list, and then boom, we're out of Tennessee. Stoked. My heater on. Next on the list is I need to do some wiring inside this box. I'm gonna put my bed up on top of that bed, take everything apart and get to it. And I think this is getting warm, so we got a heater again. We good. I ran out of propane last night. Instagram knows about it, but I ran out of propane last night and I freaking was cold as heck. It was like 10 degrees. Now I have access to this mess again. I can show y'all what's going on. Right now I'm gonna power my charge controller to my 50 amp breaker. Positive back in the positive terminal. Negative just goes straight to the negative terminal. Get power to the fuse box. You guys aren't big enough to land on these lugs. I'm gonna drill them out. Solar controller's wired up. Have the breaker off right now. I do not have splices for number 8 wire, but I labeled these that they're all landing on that bus. The bus is gonna go to a breaker to the positive lead. These 3 to extend and this ground to extend. So tuck them back in this little crack. I'll be ready for my panels. I have yet to put the panels on the roof. It's another night and I'm doing solar panels. It sucks I don't have any daylight. I've got some more panels right here. One on the roof already. My goal tonight is to get them mounted and plugged up and potentially stub through the roof as well. Originally, I was gonna put 3 wide in the front and then 1 pair perpendicular right here. It doesn't fit over that skylight, so I'm gonna just do 2 and 2 and then drop the cable down underneath this panel that's gonna be right here. I'm not really motivated because of how cold it is and dark, and it doesn't even, the footage doesn't even look that good. But here are the panels, got them mounted up, it down, plugged up, sealed. I'll show you what I did. I put this tape down first before I put the feet down, protect through the roof, and then resealed the screws as well, plugged all the panels together. All the wires ran underneath. This is the only exposed wire. And then goes into this stub through right here, waterproof stub through, whatever. Now I'm good to wire it up. Here's the update. I finished my solar setup. Now I got power. I basically just run y'all through the whole system and what's going on. I got the whole camper torn apart right now because, I gotta get to this box, but that's how it is. The camper's popped down right now, so I left some slack in the cables coming through the roof, but I got my negative and positive stubbing through the roof. Back behind the refrigerator, pops out this little hole, runs along this way to my charge controller. Got my positive going to a battery protect, and then to another breaker, and
then to my positive bus bar. A negative off the battery just goes straight to the negative bus. The battery protector is grounded as well. And then these 3 hots are off the camper. You know, they were in this existing rat's nest that I kind of tucked up in a way, or in my hot bus. Got my ground for the camper as well, landing in my negative bus, so that's hitting the battery. The ground runs back to this ground bus right here. It hits the panel for my AC breakers and DC fuses. Then off the hot bus goes straight to my inverter. Ignore this. This is just the drain for a water pump. But yeah, so positive off the inverter hits the hot bus, negative hits the negative bus. And then I have this little fuse box over here. This is my hots and grounds off of a fan that I installed, as well as LED lights that I installed. But yeah, this is the fan that I installed up here. Ignore the ceiling, I still gotta clean it. But we got power now. She turns on, she works, and it's a reverse fan. So I can reverse if I wanna suck air in or blow air out. It's just an exhaust fan. You know, I don't need AC. I got this heater and it kicks ass, so I'm gonna keep running the heater. But yeah, I'm changing the oil in my rear differential in my Dodge 2500. It's a 2003. It's got a 5.9 Cummins. It's 4x4. It's got an 8-foot bed. Here we go. This is all the stuff I got that I think I'm gonna need. Got 4 quarts of oil. I believe it only takes 3. I'm using 7590. And it is rated for GL5. Got another extra one just in case. Blade to scrape off the excess crap. 13 mil socket on an impact. There's 2 different size diffs in these trucks, so I got both sizes, and I'm just gonna return the one that doesn't fit, you know? But I'm sure that I have the bigger of the 2 differentials with 11.5. Power under the truck now. I'm gonna blast off all these bolts, let the oil drain into this pan, and then go from there. As you can see, I was due for an oil change back here. This stuff is nasty, brown and foaming. You know, I haven't seen any chunks yet, but we'll see what it looks like when I take this rear cover off. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning up the diff cover. I'm gonna clean it up down in there, a new gasket on, put some Loctite on these bolts, reseal it, and then fill her back up. Cleaned up the rear diff cover with the wire wheel. Absolutely no gunk on it. Brushed off the front as well. I also cleaned up the mounting surface of the cover. Got the cover back on, torqued all the bolts to 30 foot-pounds, or the fill plug out. I'm about to fill it up with my fluid. That's gonna be the end of this video for now. As you can tell, the camper gets really loud when it's raining. I'm gonna go take the truck to get a line today, and then throw the camper back on, start our journey. I'm gonna pick my brother up from the airport later tonight. Doing it.